I gave the thing a hefty kick and spat on it. I called Sherlock to heel and took him back to the car, securing him in the front seat. I went in search of a rope. I had plans for that thing. Surprisingly, it took me a while to find one. You think a farm would be abound with rope. But eventually, I found a length under some tarpaulin in the barn. We turned into the mangled thing at the foot of the scarecrow. I wrapped and threaded the rope through some of the chicken wire, and then looped it over the scarecrow's shoulders. Well, over the cross. And pulled. I pulled that damn thing up, so it was dangling in front of the scarecrow, for all to see. Well, whoever, whatever. As a kind of warning, a trophy. Not that it was my trophy, but I wanted to show that yes, you can die. Let it bake even more in the sun. Let it disintegrate. Let it just be bones. If it had bones. A part of me wanted to just set it alight. But the sensible part thought, no, not in this very dry cornfield. I walked back to the farmhouse, feeling the eyes of the scarecrow and it on my back, which was ridiculous. I entered it again and gave it a better look, a more thorough look. At the entrance to the hallway was a coat hook. There was an army coat with an anti-vaxxer badge pinned to the lapel. I nodded in agreement. Not that I was anti-vax, I was very anti-needle, and had failed to get mine in the recent mass inoculation. Plus, who knew what they put in that stuff? Well, that's what I said to myself. Needles and me are just not good friends. I made my way down the hall, looking at the family photos, the usual fare. Mother, father, children. Then, just mother and father. A picture of a little white dog. I found a small study, come farm office, an old desk stacked with papers, vet bills and the like. A half-drunk mug of tea. Well, I assume it's tea. There was mould on the top. There were certificates on the wall for tractor pulling competitions and ploughing, 2nd and 3rd place, and one small trophy on the desk, 1st place. There was a dusty cabinet with a stuffed pheasant, with some dried flora and fauna as a backdrop, and in the corner was a tall cupboard with a padlock on it. Hello, I thought to myself. What would a farmer have in such a cupboard? Maybe a shotgun, or something of the like. I wanted it. I remembered seeing a woodshed. Of course, what farm would not have a woodshed, and there's bound to be a nice old stump with an axe in it. I was correct. It took me a little time to struggle the axe from the wood stump. Okay, my arms weren't that fit. Almost like noodles. I pulled it free and hefted it on my shoulder. Returned to the cupboard and gave the lock a mighty whack with a blunt end. Okay, it took 5 more whacks, and then most satisfyingly, the lock fell to the floor, and the door swung open to reveal a shotgun, I guessed, and some other thing. Maybe a rifle? I'm not au fait with weapons. My heart leapt and relaxed at the same time. I could defend myself if I ever learned how to shoot. I would teach myself if there was some ammo. And yes, thank you, you wonderful, wonderful farmer. Maybe a bit of a hoarder. There was boxes and boxes of what I assumed, would fit both. Just then, I heard Sherlock barking, and then the sound of an engine coming up the lane. Oh, what now? I grabbed the shotgun and a box of, shells, but I didn't have a clue how to open the gun. So I just carried it out of the door, and stood in front of my car. I lifted up the shotgun, trying to look confident. I was going to defend my family, my little animal family. Of course, they could be friendly people. But when I saw the van, the one I'd seen at the supermarket, I surmised probably they were not. The van drew nearer, close enough I could see 2 faces. Were there only 2? I tried to remember. I think there were 3 back at the supermarket. But when their faces saw me, and then the gun, it was priceless. It stopped a few feet away, and the man in the passenger seat opened the door as if to step out. "Don't even bother," I shouted. "Get back in your van or I'll blow your damn head off." And you know, I think I would have. I was shaking all over. I'm not sure if it was anger or fear or both. But I didn't want these men anywhere near me, my pets, or my damn car and stuff. I hoped to hell I wasn't bluffing, and that this gun, not that I knew how to fire it, had some ammunition in it. He turned to look at the man in the driver's seat, and then into the back of the van, so I assumed there was 3. While he did this, I slid my hand along to the trigger, and before the man even had a chance to turn his head back to me, I took a few paces forward and levelled it at his head. I said, "Get back into your van and leave, if you want to keep your head on your shoulders." He looked back at me, and then back at his friends, and to my astonishment, slowly got back into the van. They reversed back down the driveway, and when they were out of sight, my legs suddenly felt like jelly, and I fell to my knees. What the hell? What the hell, Riley? Do you have a death wish? For some time, I kept my eyes on the track, and my ears open. Sherlock had stopped barking, so I felt the danger had passed. For now, they could be laying in wait, waiting for me to drive out of this farm, to follow me. Or maybe waiting for nightfall, so they could creep back. I needed to pack up and get out of there. I suddenly didn't feel so good, and thought I was going to vomit. I took a moment. I took several moments, breathing slowly and talking to myself. "You're okay. You're okay. It's okay. It is okay." Sherlock whimpered and scrabbled out the door to get out of the car. I got up and opened the door, and he leapt into my arms, licking my face. I needed him as much as he needed me. I took the love and the comfort and cried into his neck. Not of sadness, but of relief and horror and shock. "It's okay. It's okay, boy. It's okay. We're okay. We're all going to be okay."